Всем привет, дорогие. Добрый вечер и хорошего настроения. Меня зовут Юлия, и мы продолжаем сегодня с вами Genshin Impact. Это второй стрим за вечер. У меня свободная пятница, поэтому мы жмыхаем побольше чего-нибудь полезного. Паскуда... Действительно, паскуда. Покуда скоро выходит Фонтейн со следующей недели, и я начну очень сильные забеги на то, чтобы вот это вот все закрывать, безобразие, потому что вот это вот все незакрытое безобразие — это консервы на Фонтейн, потому что от 4.0 должен выйти персонаж, которого я жду уже 3-й год. И хотелось бы его все-таки по максимуму там повытаскивать. У меня 100% гарант, так что гуляем. И нужно делать ивент, потому что ивент большой, не хотелось бы там ничего пропустить. И у меня нет бабочек, и делики не сделаны. В общем, до хрена всего нужно делать. Вечерочка доброго. Что-то у меня смайлики плохо работают в Ютубе. Странная фигня. Так, лови бабочек. Улетела все-таки одна. Там еще по рельсе надо бы сюжетку проходить, но по рельсе я сюжетку и записать могу теоретически наперед там потихонечку. Так, бабочки. Там надо консервы законсервить. Я, кстати, боссов на этой неделе не убивал. Надо вообще ковер открыть у себя. Собственно, это тоже в список того, что пойдет на линии. Больше гемов, богу гемов. Доставай из кармана союз с этим бабочкой. Мне лень доставать союз из кармана. Можно, если яу доставать. Это же не отменяет того, что мне лень. Я просто так не люблю команды менять, я вот сейчас более-менее поковырял. Я вообще сейчас команду составляла чисто, чтобы поэтому по квесту ходить персонажами, которые типа участвуют в сюжетке квеста. О, морковь. Пам-пам. Поэтому бабочки — это не совсем то, чего я хотела делать, но мне нужно консервы залепить. Ру потеряла слова. Что происходит? Почему пусто? Где-то здесь были у меня. Смайлик. У меня они почему-то не показываются. Они какие-то особенные или что с ними не так? Ну, просто видно... Я поняла, почему они мне не показываются. Короче, там сервер с картинками же у Ютуба колбасит. Так. Так, консервы есть. Здесь 5 точек. Блин, это надо... Вот это не просрочить бы надо. Я тут какую-то одну смолу вот такую просрочила. Эх, она стухла и пропала. Печаль, беде. Что там под эликом? Дать хорьки. Вот мне даже в девике смотреть не надо, чтобы знать, что мне опять нужно хорьков пугать. Вот реально 3 недели, 3 реальных недели я каждый день пинаю в пустыне хорьков. Это так увлекательно, черт побери. И через день еще это самое попрыгунью из земли вытаскиваю. Так, здесь где-то была вот такая штука. Давай кашух отсюда. Да, блин. Блин, а эта штука... Эта штука не пройдена, что ли? Подожди. Или чё? Ага, эта штука не пройдена, нифига себе. Красота. Ну вот, теперь пройдено. Так, я вообще-то не сюда шла. Место на карте. Недалеко от каравана, ребята, прям под телепортом на горе. Пожалуйста. Блин, ну колей, ну что такое? Это что за урон? Хотя на 50 уровне, о чем я говорю. Чё я это самое-то? Есть же клей. Та-та-та. Я сломала огонек. Алло. Господин. Так, на тебе твои доски. 3 шага не может пройти. Так, забираем награду, возвращаемся аттракционы открывать.
Ad Astra. Ad Astra. Thank you for
Так. Отряд. Пятьдесят три, так, 55 и по сути поверх 60 круточек поверху уже есть. Сколько у меня там история? В 60, то есть до леги где-то 15. Где-то 45 круточек, если считать от 75, 45 круточек поверх. Может быть, на одну ружку это хватит, но не факт, что это будет сигнатура, поэтому еще, короче, 2 гарантика надо. Еще круток 120 надо. Нифига, я тут фуду шмякнулась. Так, пам-пам-пам. Так. Нам вот сюда. Так, нам надо наверх. Как нам наверх надо? А, туда дорога какая-то есть, да? Ух ты, бочка, подождите. Бочка, это важно.
Sometimes I can't help but get angry just thinking of Jeremy. You should have seen him back in the sandstorm. I suggested we go east, and he argued that we should go west.
You were in a sandstorm? What happened after that?
We separated and each went our own way. Lucky for us, we stumbled across this domain. Otherwise, I'm sure we would have been buried in the sand.
Пару секунд. То у меня тут что-то понижено звук. Думаю, что-то здесь не так. Я замечаю, только они говорить начинают.
Everything will get better once we get the switcher working again.
Still stuck here just as I expected. Well, did you make any progress?
Didn't I already tell you? Just have the hydroidolins fix the junction and then make a new cart. After that, we can use the junction to... Wait a minute, how did you get here? It took a lot of effort for me to climb all the way up here.
The answer is standing right in front of you.
Huh, yeah, sure. Those travelers must have helped you. You never get anything done on your own. You always get someone else's help and then try to take the credit for yourself.
You're one to talk. What have you managed to accomplish, huh? You were here just moping around all day.
Whoa. They started arguing the moment they saw each other. But aren't they supposed to be brothers?
Me? His brother? Hardly.
All right, Jeremy. That's enough.
Fine. I'd rather be focusing my efforts on fixing the track switch rather than arguing anyway.
You should calm down too, Ferdinand. Let's all focus on the situation at hand. Any personal problems can be settled later.
Fine.
I'm sorry you had to see that. My name's Jeremy. I'm one of the people responsible for taking care of this area.
Так, я пока делала там эти самые задачки, пока ехала на этой хреновине, я упустила часть того, что он сказал. Я только тот самый восприняла, что типа мы бы лежали сейчас все типа в песках. Они сюда попали, типа они бывшие путники. What the fuck? Ненавижу, когда во время каких-то этих самых действий, боя там или еще что-то опускают разговор. Я даже, как бы, если бы они даже говорили на русском языке, я бы все равно, скорее всего, их не восприняла, потому что занималась бы другой деятельностью. Не в пустыне заблудились, а потом очутились тут. А там есть какой-то контекст? Я не знаю, может быть, они там померли и теперь здесь постоянно сидят, либо они просто не знают, как отсюда выбраться. То есть смысл, почему они то есть, что удерживает их здесь для того, чтобы разбираться с этой хреновиной? Видимо, как Экли бутылка услышала их зов. Но мы же из бутылки можем выйти. Как бы бутылка нас здесь не держит. А эти-то почему работают на то, чтобы починить здесь все? То есть и они почему-то выглядят одинаково. Ну, в плане у них у всех одинаковые глаза и волосы. То есть они место их меняют. Что происходит? Я думаю, что померли, но в сюжете ничего нет. Ну, вообще история могла бы быть криповой.
I assume you're the ones who helped repair the tracks. Thank you very much. I mean...
No need to thank us. We're just trying to help Idea restore the domain.
Рассказывайте Джереми, что случилось.
I see. Now that you and Ferdinand brought the cart up here, we'll need the hydroidolins to fix the area below.
Them again, huh? Seems the hydroidolins are really important around this place.
Yes, of course. Not only do they keep the junction turning, they operate practically everything else in the domain too.
Как клево, блин.
All right. Seems most of the tracks and junctions have been repaired now.
Yep. So maybe it's time you give credit where credit is due,
What? You think you deserve the credit? If anything, we should be thanking these travelers.
You... Well, either way, you're not the one getting any credit. You're always quick to criticize my ideas and push your own, but you never actually get anything done.
And what about you? Don't forget it was Hado and I who took care of the mess that one time you impulsively tried one of your brilliant ideas. Speaking of Hado, wasn't he with you?
I left early this morning. I assumed he'd be with you.
Seriously? Couldn't you have at least looked to see where he was before you left?
Hey, come on! You didn't see him either, so what's your excuse?
Clee?
Тебе плохо, когда люди ссорятся? Да кому ж хорошо-то будет?
I don't get it. Nobody did anything bad. Why are they arguing?
Я тоже не понимаю, Кли. Вообще непонятно ни хрена.
I just don't like his smug attitude, that's all.
Who are you calling smug? If anything, you're the one who's making such a big fuss right now.
All right, I think we've heard enough from you two. If you insist on bickering, then I'd suggest you go somewhere else. Otherwise, I'll just cool you two off myself.
Поймон там подбоченивается.
Now, come with me. I'd like to have a word with you.
Phew. Don't be upset, Klee. There are many complicated situations in this world which don't always have a logical explanation. As a passing traveler here, it's not my place to comment on their disputes. But in my experience, family issues can be the toughest to resolve. Seems you don't like dealing with this kind of thing either, Kokomi.
Я тебя понимаю.
But it's still not right. I don't know how to explain my feelings.
I'm sorry. We've calmed down. We shouldn't argue in front of a child like that.
We're sorry, Klee.
It's okay.
Back to the topic at hand. Weren't you about to go look for your brother Hado?
Ah, right. Our best guess is he's somewhere around the torrential twister. We would have to use the junction to send the cart to another area.
Sorry to trouble you again, but would you help us find him?
Если вы обещаете не ссориться.
Oh, all right.
Блин, как клево.
You two, you're brothers after all. Can't you try to get along?
Офигенный бассейн, блин. Вообще крутотенюшка. Билетики. Помидорка. Бах. Чё дашь? Картопли даст. А вот такие капельки что-нибудь значит, или они просто сверкают? Просто красивенько, понятно. Куда нам там путь держать, говорите? Кстати, там вон пузырь, там где Хильшоу сидел, это интересная тема сейчас бы. Ты чё, в меня камень бросаешь? Держи. Я тоже умею бросать. Так, ты у нас что такое? Давай. Еще одна штучка. Ага, такие сундуки открывают капельки. Значит, если закрыть такой сундук, значит, где-то капелька. Так.
Scatter! Go! Torrent, bring refuge! Ha! So this is the thrill of adventure. Let's move out.
Оп. Так. Ладно, пошли по квесту. Надо квест делать, а потом уже собирать всякую шнягу. Ну, всякая шняга отвлекает. Так, ну вылазь от этого. Что даешь? Что-то дал. 200 мор дал, молодец. А вот с этими водными животными есть какие-то загадки? Или они просто стоят, как бы? Потому что вроде к ним подходишь, ничего не происходит. Может, они как бы... Может, в них и нет секрета.
Okay, this is the end of this track segment. Otto should be nearby.
Просто стоят. Музыка клевая. Не успела. Вот это мы тут говна сейчас гребем. Мне нужен саундтрек по этой самой. Этот саундтрек я буду рисовать.
I guess you had repaired the tracks and stations as soon as I saw a cart come zipping along. Now that the tracks, station, and carts are all repaired, we're about ready to reopen Torrential Twister. It'll be good to see my design back in action again.
You're in no condition to be out running around like this, Otto.
Yeah, but these are unusual circumstances.
That's true, but you should stop to think things through.
Exactly. If there's anything that needs to be done, you can just let Ferdinand and I take care of it.
Да, вы так хорошо работаете в команде, что на вас, конечно, стоит положиться.
You and Ferdinand? Together? It would be a miracle for you two to do anything together without fighting.
Hey, that's between Jeremy and me. No need to add fuel to the fire, okay?
I'm not trying to make trouble. I'm just saying.
Hey, Ferdinand?
Oh, don't worry. We're not arguing, Klee. We're just, discussing some things.
Are you and Jeremy worried about Hado?
Hmm?
Why don't you just talk to him about it? Kaya's also worried about me sometimes, but he doesn't ever criticize me.
Можно убить даже Лута нет. Я как-то даже не пыталась их убивать. Зачем? Мне показалось, что их вообще нельзя трогать.
You're right, but our relationship is much better than these guys.
Well, our situation is a little different.
Really? How so?
We've been through this kind of thing before. If we didn't warn Hado, then he wouldn't take it seriously and something would eventually happen. As his brothers, we have to help him.
But it doesn't look like you're helping.
Huh?
Maybe Klee doesn't understand everything. But my mommy told me that you help someone to make them feel happy, not to make yourself happy. Hado sure doesn't look very happy. Why don't you ask him what he needs? Klee's right, you know. You three need to open up and talk things through. You are brothers after all.
I've always cared a lot about you, Hado. Just like when we were back in the desert. You suddenly passed out and Jeremy and I started arguing. Eventually, all three of us ended up in this domain. I'm just worried that something similar could happen again. If you were to pass out and with nobody around to help you.
I know, but this domain is nowhere near as dangerous as the desert. I was thinking that if I could handle these problems myself, then you two wouldn't have to argue about anything. If it weren't for my poor health and lack of energy all the time, then I wouldn't have always been such a burden on you two.
No need to feel guilty, Hado. This was our choice. The three of us love adventuring. No one is a burden on anyone. Isn't that why we came up with the idea for this area? I would do the thinking, Ferdinand would use his muscle, and you would...
Draw the blueprints and build tracks. It'll be a safe way to see all kinds of amazing scenery. Yes, that was the plan.
See? Doesn't it feel better just to get along?
Hey, what are you trying to say? You make it sound like I've only been trying to talk myself up.
The choo-choo cart is great, Ferdinand.
Really?
You know, Klee, having the car zip along the tracks was my idea.
Yeah, what an amazing idea. You're so smart.
Hey, Klee, do you want to ride even more fun carts?
Yay! Let's ride more! Looks like all three of them are trying to win Klee's approval now.
Зато Кли довольна.
Klee hasn't realized it yet, but her innocent, childlike nature is very powerful. It can inspire and even help heal others. Hey, everyone. Please come with me. We need to get the hydroidolin in the cart to help us.
Так. Тут сундук дали, а получить не дали. Что за фигня? Такс. Такс. Подожди, мы куда едем-то? Мы туда едем. Поехали. Ой, еще сейчас бассейн сделаем, да? Блин, так крутецкий вообще не было. Представляешь, такие бархатистые эти самые лепестки цветка, этот самый какой-то прикольный запах, и вот эта прохладная водица в жаркий день. Вообще офигенно. Кайфовое место, блин, не могу. Ого. Ого.
Good. Torrential Twister is ready to run now. Let's go to the station at the start of the track.
Пора выйти.
Hato and I have double-checked everything. It's all operating safely. You can go for a ride now.
Hold on a sec. Before we say goodbye, I have something I'd like to give you all. It's a rock climbing rope. We used it on our adventures to climb mountains and traverse many places.
Ok.
Huh? But doesn't it mean a lot to you? Are you sure you want to give it to us?
Yes, of course. Please take it. Thanks to Klee and everyone else's help, we realized that there's a special bond that keeps us together. Even though it's invisible, it's even more important than rope. We can always hold on to it through tough situations.
Ну, по крайней мере, теперь еще понятно, почему они в костюмах искателей приключений, потому что они действительно были искателями приключений, то есть они здесь случайно.
Huh? I helped?
Yes, Klee. You are a big help.
Even bigger than that huge thing in the middle of this place?
Yes, much bigger.
Wow, that's huge! I'm so happy.
By the way, have you ever seen anything like the choo-choo cart in the outside world?
Nope. Today was the first time I rode anything like it.
Is that so? I guess I'm not surprised. Seems you won't find Torrential Twister anywhere else. Be sure to come back and ride the choo-choo carts again while you still have the chance.
Yep, I will.
Так, а это-то нам нахрена? Главное, подарили всем, а несем мы. Где это? Веревка для скалолазания, которую часто используют искатели приключений. Веревка выглядит не новой. Видно, что и тщательно ухаживали и до сих пор использовали по назначению. В конце концов, веревка была оставлена здесь в качестве подарка. Возможно, зайти на вершину помогает не только веревка, но и дружеская рукопомощь. Сколько у меня тут срани? У меня все еще... У меня все еще лежит кошелечек Чайлда. Я специально не меняла. Тихо. Не падай, мать, ты чё? Да в смысле, игра? Ну ёшки-матрёшки. Блин, какая красивая вода, я прям не могу, это капец.
Oh, this is even higher than I expected. The drops are pretty steep too. Are you okay, Kokomi? If you're scared, just yell and let it out. We won't tell anyone. What happens in the bottle domain stays in the bottle domain. Looks like Klee's having the most fun.
Блин, в этом году еще тот самый, как бы, ивент круче, потому что в прошлом году душновато было, во-первых, во-вторых, как бы вот он очень яркий, красочный, веселый такой в этом году. То есть мы здесь в таком количестве не решаем чужие психологические проблемы.
Fly across the sky like a real mage now.
В очередной раз пиная Фатуи.
Guess that sort of makes sense. Wait, but if being able to fly makes you a mage, what does that make Kaya, since he's here too? Nothing! Kaya's just a master thief. Don't you remember, Paimon? Oh, right. Guess it slipped Paimon's mind.
Sorry to bother our young mage, but there's something a master thief would like to report. Do you still remember our mission?
Uh-oh. I was having so much fun that I almost forgot.
We're supposed to be helping Adia look for the missing components. But don't worry, I've already got one.
You mean you snatched it when we weren't looking?
I didn't have to go that far. In fact, the component we were searching for was actually that orange rope. If anything, you could say it came right into our hands at the right time. Let's head back and give it to Adia.
Aw, do we really have to go? Okay. Even though I want to keep playing, I know Adia is really important. That's our wise mage. Don't worry. Tonight, you'll be able to see stars in the water and watch fish dance in the sky. Seems Kokomi's out of it after that ride. Her face is completely blank and her lip was trembling while she was speaking. Maybe we should have a rest for a while.
Отдохни немного.
I thought I was keeping my composure pretty well. Don't worry, my mind is always spinning. I'm used to this. We should head back to Idea.
How about we hold hands, Miss General? Klee will give you energy.
After holding Klee's hand, the stars in the sky and the fish in the water have all disappeared. I must have been seeing things from riding the cart.
Блин, вот они сделали вот этот кулончик, он 3D-шный, блин, а почему жемчужину нельзя было сделать 3D-шный? Почему она нарисованная? Что за хрень?
What are you smiling about, Kokomi?
Oh. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Целебные прикосновения Кли.
A reward on the road.
Так, там есть эти столбы. Так, здесь какой-то порядок нужен, да? А ты что делаешь? Блин. Я никак не пойму, на какой вот из этих он первым, блин, показывает. Обзор плохой. Так, тут первый, этот второй, потом этот, потом этот. Я уже забыл. Ну, раза еще через 4 я запомню. Второй сзади. Это третий. Тут.
Let's move out.
Второй. Сзади.
Let's move out. Let's move out. So this is the thrill of adventure.
Так, я вижу билетики. Так. Ну-ка. Оп. Оп.
I'll keep this close.
Все, 53 билетика собрал. Что-то квест такой долгий вообще, капец. А там еще 2 части, блин. Но с другой стороны, в прошлом году тоже был очень долгий. Но этот приятнее. Сколько там времени это все? Еще, ну, 40 дней. Еще почти, так что. Следующая короче, ну и отлично. И что происходит? Здесь капля утонула или что? Или просто прогнать надо?
A reward on the road.
Reward on the road. Так, здесь где-то билетики. Куда-то лезть надо, да? Туда надо. Ну ладно, попозже.
Welcome back! Well, any good news? Oh, don't tell me! You've taken care of all the problems and now I don't have to do anything?
Мы выполнили поручение.
Yeah, we even rode the choo-choo cart. Do you want to come ride too? But maybe you'll have to wait till tomorrow. I'm a little tired now.
Seems she had a little too much fun and now she's about to crash. I think it's time for a rest.
Good idea. I think we could all use some downtime. Thanks for giving me some energy, Klee.
Then we'll see you later.
Пока, Кли.
Bye, Miss Honorary Knight. Bye, everyone.
Well, it sounds like our young mage enjoyed herself. I'm so happy that she had a good time. So, back to the missing component. Did you bring it?
You bet! Kaya said that the missing component was this orange climbing rope.
Ah, it just occurred to me that you probably ran into the 3 brothers while you were in the canyon. If I remember correctly, the 2 eldest brothers were taking their sickly younger brother on adventures when they ran into a sandstorm and ended up here. They were all arguing with one another when they first arrived, but it wasn't long before they broke down and were huddled together in tears. They sure must have a lot of energy to keep up their bickering and adventuring every day. I'm a little worried about them. Yet...
You almost sound as if you're reminiscing about old friends, Idia.
Yes, I've known them for quite some time after all. But I seldom go to that area. You can hold on to the rope for now, Traveler. I have no use for it until we have the other components. By the way, Eula and Kale have also returned, but I'm afraid they weren't able to make much headway. They mentioned that they would like to head to the jungle north of here, once you have all rested up.
Yes.
Now that I've told you everything, I'll go rest.
I'll go and check on the situation in the remaining 2 areas.
Do you need me to accompany you?
Oh, no, it's all right. You've already accomplished a lot today. You should rest up.
Вжух. Так, тихо. Собирай кучки.
A reward on the road.
Так, надо добраться до этой штуки. Ага, вот он. Айдолоны хотят поиграть с тобой в прятки. Ага, мне нужно твоих найти, да? А что мне сделать надо, да? Нет, так не работает? Один. Два. Здесь гриб был. А, вон. Это беспалевный.
It's important to replenish your supplies often when you're out in the wild.
Отличная деятельность за такой большой сундук. Повторяйте в том же духе. Так, вижу помидорку. Смотрите, там водный кабан дружит с кабанами, этими самыми кустами кабанами. Так.
Press this on for size. Spring forth. Hold the line. Blow them all up. La la la. Ah.
A reward reward on the road.
Так, еще вон вижу загадку. Интересно, здесь тоже порядок? И там посередине типа слайм сидит. Как это точнее? Да. Давай.
So this is the thrill of adventure. Allow me! Так, а здесь... А, вот здесь, наверное, сидит, да? Нет, здесь не сидит. А, сидит, смотри. Да, вылазь. Glad there weren't any poisonous mushrooms inside.
Колей, блин.
Jumpy Dumpty Go! Rest and rebuild! Ha!
A reward on the road.
Угу. Так, вот он еще
I'll
прячется.
keep this close.
Ну-ка, вылазь. Даешь. 300 мор даешь. Прошлый только 200 дал. Это щедрее. О, Господи. Так, отсюда мы пришли. Я компас не набирала еще, не знаю, да посмотрим. Я еще не набрала 65, только из 90. Еще 25. О боже. Редис, закатник. Очень прикольно, что еще обычно вот на островах, которые типа летние, всякие диковинки, короче, местные растут. Ну и руда все обычно есть, все вот такое вот. Можно пособирать чуть больше, чем есть на карте. Ой, надо сначала было бахнуть. Ну ладно.
La la la. Stop! Just like we rehearsed. Hold the line. Covenants of the deep.
I'll keep this close.
Надо будет не забыть там всякие шняги на БП поделать в выходные. То у меня по мелочи там не сделано, блин. Так, а тут где? А, вон.
Is this an answer from this world?
Так, время. Стоит.
Hey, Kali and Eula! Oh, Adia is here too! Hey, it's the Traveler and Paimon. How are you? Did you rest well?
Усталости как не бывало.
Yep, this is a comfortable place to rest. I guess that's one thing here that's better than the desert. But other than that, there's not much going for this place.
Saying things like that isn't going to help, Adia.
But it's the truth. The desert is full of terrible memories for me. Being there was like... yeah, like wading through thick mud.
That's a weird way to put it. Actually, if you hadn't mentioned it, Paimon would have already forgotten that this domain is in the desert.
I know what you mean. The air here isn't at all like the desert. It's very humid. Almost as if we're in the rainforest. It's a very familiar feeling for me.
Everyone looks well rested. If you're ready, we can start making our way to the jungle north of here.
Good luck, everyone! I'll be rooting for ya!
Hold on. I said we, didn't I? No need to say goodbye, because you're coming too.
Huh? But wait, I'm just the mascot!
You can't back out this time, Adia. The manager of the fairgrounds is waiting to see you. She said Adia is the only person who could help.
Парк развлечений?
Yes, Kale and I discovered a fairgrounds in the forest.
The person in charge of it seems to be a Spontamod scholar.
A scholar? But what's she doing there? Researching the forest ley lines?
Oh, I wish there were ley lines here that I could ever study. Anyway, I know who you're talking about. I'd better come along then.
Переполох в саду призрачных зеркал. Ой. Ой, господи. Фига тут местности. Ну, пошли по дороге. Дорога нас еще никогда не подводила, она всегда куда-нибудь ведет. Стоит. Чё стоишь? Чё дает? Вот эта вот цепочка, которая, блин, от столба к столбу, просто кошмар перфекциониста. Почему она вся наоборот? Да.
It's important to replenish your supplies often when you're out in the wild.
Белочка пришла. Что про белочку? В прошлом году, я не знаю, ну ты видел, скорее всего, ты вроде не играл еще в прошлом году, по крайней мере, на ивенте, не помню. Короче, в какой-то момент герой просыпается. По-моему, они проснулись где-то на каком-то островке, короче. И с ними начинает говорить Белочка. И ты сидишь такой, ёшки-макарёшки, все, мы до Белочки догнались уже. После годовщины. Да вот эта тема с Белочкой, это было смешно, блин. И ты начинаешь понимать, что за чушь творится вокруг тебя. О, господи, это прекрасно. Посмотрите на этого офигенного крокодила, он клёвый. А можно у меня такого чайника? И чтоб кататься прям на нем можно было, это же крокодил-качалка.
Is this an answer from this world?
Вот зачем надо было Хильчурус запихивать? Я как-то колебалась с тем, что они постоянно везде пихают, блин. Сначала про них грустные истории пишут, а потом такие продолжайте их убивать. Это же весело. Блин. Нет, это не весело, например. Воу-воу-воу. По-моему, кто-то подписался. Спасибо за подписочку. Я так давно не слышала этот звук, я даже растерялся. О, кусочек мяса. Так. Вот такие вот цветуи, короче, добавили в чайник. Окей, там ящерица была. И мне теперь мне теперь срочно нужно часть чайника перестроить. Хотя у меня есть, по-моему, один домен, который не до... Ты серьезно, юморист? У меня, по-моему, тут что с пляжем не построенный, короче, можно будет его заюзать.
I'll keep this close.
Так, желтенькая, да? Ну вот на тебе желтенькую. Работает? Или не работает? А как это работает? Работает, а почему сразу не сработало? Я что-то, наверное, не то нажала. На линзу нажала. Лягушка, лови ее.
Finally, someone has arrived.
Не попадаться на свет с лампочкой, спасибо.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mimuna. We've brought Adia with us.
Thank you, Kale. It's been quite some time since I've seen you, Idia. To be honest, I didn't think you'd actually show up.
Блин, это реально будет офигенная криповая история, если они все, короче, когда-то в пустыне потерялись, и их в домен засосало и поменяло, то есть их под себя, они теперь здесь тусят в домене и выйти отсюда не могут. Прикиньте, крипово как. Вроде как помер и не помер.
If anything, I thought you'd be curled up somewhere crying alone.
Hey, you shouldn't be saying things like that.
Doesn't seem to be the first time Paimon's heard someone say that about a Dia, though.
You wanna see me cry? Fine. I'll stop crying right here!
No, please don't!
Они даже могли бы быть тупо, знаешь, друг другом даже не знакомы, просто какая-то череда событий, которые кто-то из них запустил, погубила всех, и их всех сюда засосало. Вот это было бы крипово, блин.
All right, I shouldn't have said that. Now, who are these two?
Меня зовут Доспех.
And Paimon is Paimon!
Да, Паймон это Паймон.
They're reliable helpers. Lucky for you that I found them. You'd better be more careful about how you speak to them, okay?
Of course. Good to meet you. You may call me Maymuna. For the sake of time, we should forego the usual pleasantries. Please follow me.
Какая-то дыра.
Wow! Look at that huge tent!
Amazing, isn't it? I helped make it. What fun would a fairground be without a tent, right?
Really? Paimon knew you couldn't be so pathetic. You just act modest all the time to hide your actual abilities.
Huh?
What is it, Kale?
Sorry. I'm not sure if I should tell. I'm afraid it might dampen the mood.
That's not important. Please, just speak your mind.
Well, there are lots of vendor booths set up here, but there's no one running them. In fact, there's no one at this fair at all. It looks pretty deserted.
The truth is, this used to be an exciting and bustling place. But just a few days ago, something happened, and it seemed like...
Like, the world was suddenly flipped upside down?
Yes, exactly. Something fell from the central hub into the tent and knocked down the crystal light that was hanging at the top.
Oh, the crystal light.
Mm-hmm. I remember a certain someone said that we should have beautiful lights to celebrate at a fair, and made us that crystal light. But once the light fell, the tent became a complete mess and the Hydro Eidolons were trapped inside. Just when I was at my wit's end, a man from the Lawrence clan came and offered his assistance.
Wait, he offered to help you?
Yes, and he refused to listen to any of my warnings.
Yes? And then?
Yeah, don't leave us hanging here! What happened?
And that's it. He became trapped inside along with the Hydra Eidolons.
Охренеть. Еще одна жертва.
Oh no! We have to do something! We can't just leave him there, Maimuna!
I know, but the situation inside might be more difficult than you think. You should mentally prepare yourselves.
Just talking about it is a waste of time. Since we're already here, let's go and scout out the situation ourselves.
All right, this way, please.
There
used to be a large stage
да.
inside, but after everything got shaken up, it seems the
Ой,
very
только
nature of the
никакой не
entire
театр,
place was
пожалуйста,
altered.
никаких ворон. У меня травма с прошлого года.
The lamps and crystal light that were hanging above have all fallen down, which makes repairs near impossible.
Wait, so you mean it's difficult to move around in there?
Yes, mainly because of the lights. Do any of you have experience being on stage? Once the stage lights turn on, everyone's attention is focused on you.
Мне, кстати, понравилась озвучка у одного из братьев, по-моему, которого первого находим. Голос прикольный.
I can't stand that feeling. Having everyone's attention focused solely on me would just make me feel terrible.
Me too! I'm no good at speaking in front of people. And then to have everyone staring at you. Oh, just the thought of it makes me shudder.
Sounds like you have some things you haven't been able to let go of yet.
Please don't laugh. I'm trying my best to change that, but there are still some things I can't overcome. Like when there's a lot of people around, or when people are staring at me.
No, there's nothing funny about that. And you know what? It's not a bad thing to care when other people are looking. That's my opinion anyway. Think about it. Only people who have high standards for themselves would worry about failing to meet others' expectations. You have many good qualities, Kale. I bet if you had to learn dance since childhood like myself, then you'd be an even better dancer than me.
No way! That would be impossible.
I can relate. I know exactly how she feels.
Maybe we should find a time for you to learn with me. And one day, you will become an outstanding dancer too. By that time, you'll be so focused on performing your beautiful moves that you'll no longer worry about an audience watching you.
Wow. You are so passionate about this that she's practically glowing now.
Really? You do that? You wouldn't think I look stupid and secretly laugh at me.
You really think I'm that kind of person? Fine.
Oh, no! Of course not. Alright, please teach me.
Seems there's no need for me to warn you again. Anyway, you just need to open the curtain and you'll be able to see the stage.
Wait, what's the thing in the middle there?
That's my crystal light! It's been locked up.
Well, let's figure out a way to fix this. Looks like we need to raise the platform underneath the crystal light.
If I remember correctly, the stage controls should be somewhere around here.
It seems we have to use the colorful lens to make the light change colors.
Ну, давайте,
Colored
собираем.
pieces of the bullet have melted.
Yes, the lens is made of materials that are easily melted by light.
Is it me or do I smell something sweet here?
That's one way of shining new light on the problem.
Hey, Maimuna? Do you happen to know someone named Sino?
No, never heard that name before. Why do you ask?
Oh, never mind then. I was just thinking you two would have a lot in common.
Back to the situation at hand. We should probably head into the passageway that opened now.
Hello? Is anyone here? If you can hear me, please help!
Lessig Lawrence?
Who are you? Who has the audacity to utter my full name?
Ты серьезно? Ты не знаешь, кто это?
You sure don't look like you're in any condition to be talking like that.
Yep. He's a member of the Lawrence clan, all right. Even though he's hanging on by a thread, he still insists on clinging to meaningless etiquette.
You. What are you doing here? Huh. Have you come here to mock me, Eula?
If you would just think for a moment, it should be pretty obvious why we are here. Yet, now you're intentionally trying to provoke me? Of course, you don't have to accept my help. After all, aristocrats are naturally superior and need no help from others.
Yes, thanks for the reminder. I don't need help from the likes of you.
I don't think he really means it, Eula. His tone was harsh, but he keeps glancing at you from the corner of his eyes. It's my opinion as the healer that he needs help.
Okay. He's been trapped for so long that it seems he's forgotten how to hold a decent conversation. How ridiculous. Let's go. We'll leave the stage to this person who'd rather save face than save his own life.
Hey, no, wait! Halt! You cannot just leave me here. We're both of the Lawrence bloodline, after all. Helping me when necessary certainly won't tarnish your prestige. If anything, my embarrassing predicament will be overshadowed by your virtuous deed. We must uphold the prestige and dignity of the family.
This is the best reason you could come up with? You think tacking on the word family will be enough to talk me into helping you? You should be ashamed for your careless actions. It's because of you that we all had to come here.
Seems everyone in the Lawrence clan is this way. They'll do anything to save face.
Ну, Лестега на словах, но она проделала весь этот путь, чтобы спасти его.
All right. Looks like it's time for the mascot to step in. Here you go. One for Eula, and one for Lessig.
What is this? Candy?
Thanks.
Oh, the smell! It's just like the aroma I smelled coming from the lens.
Yes, that's right. Enjoying something sweet always lightens the mood.
Oh, thank you, Miss Mascot. I certainly do feel much better now.
So he's willing to thank someone else, but not me.
Eula has been worrying about you the past few days, and asked me several times regarding how to find you. But now that you two have been reunited, I won't have to keep answering her questions anymore. Oh, I'm so happy.
Let me clarify one thing. I don't care what happens to him. If you're going to keep saying nonsense like this, then...
Eula will never admit that she actually cares about him.
Yeah, you're probably right.
If you're going to keep saying nonsense like this, then at least give me another piece of candy.
Oh, sure. I still have more.
Sorry. I admit my mistake. I know I've caused heaps of trouble for all of you.
Why couldn't you have just said that earlier?
I'm back. Oh? Have you already finished catching up? Why are you all looking at me?
Oh, nothing. Don't mind us.
All right, then let's clean things up here and keep working our way toward getting the crystal light fixed. Ah, there's no need to push yourself in your condition, Lessig.
I'll take him and find some place for him to rest. I happen to be a little tired myself.
All right. I'll leave my cousin to you then. You'd better rest up and regain your strength before we settle things, Lessig.
Now, let's see if there's any way to keep raising the platform higher. We probably will need to find a mechanism that's like a lamp.
Strange. Is that really the Lessig that I know?
You shouldn't always judge people based on the way you knew them before. People change, and people can always make different choices.
Oh, look! There's a water droplet over there!
Ah, a hydroidolin. It must have been trapped in the curtain. But at least it seems to be okay.
Ага. Ага. Хитро, хитро. Ну там же сундук можно было взять. Надо за ним вернуться.
Wow! And Paimon thought it looked big from the outside! This place is massive!
It is a magical tent, after all. The inside is much larger than it appears from the outside. Haven't you heard stories with this sort of thing before?
Ой-ой-ой, упаду сейчас. Не залетела. Так. Здесь выпало. Что куда выпаду? Ага. Ага. Значит, а вот это что? Ни хрена понятно. Блин, музыка клевая, прям не могу. Тихо.
Oh, another path has appeared! This should be the last level!
Yes, don't worry. We're almost to the top of the tent. The last thing we need to do is raise the crystal light to the very top of the tent. After the stage collapsed, I realized that having it raised only halfway makes it look a lot like the stage at the Grand Bazaar. Have any of you visited the Grand Bazaar before?
No, I haven't.
I have. I've gone there a few times with Master Tainari. The place is bustling with all kinds of vendors. And if you're lucky, you can see Nilu perform her dance.
Oh, a dance from Sumeru? I'd like to see that myself. If only it were on the way back, then we could stop there.
It doesn't matter if it's on the way or not. I would be happy to take you whenever you have time, Eula.
Great. I'll take you up on that offer.
Мы бывали на Большом базаре.
Now that Paimon thinks about it, we've already been there more times than Paimon can remember.
Really? My father used to help with festivities at the Grand Bazaar and would always give me candy during the events. I was just a kid and didn't understand anything. I was happy as long as he gave me some candy. To me, fairs and festivals were the best things ever.
Блин, как вот это вот красиво. Свет вот здесь вот.
I always thought my father was amazing and wanted to be just like him when I grew up.
But aren't you a scholar in the academia, Maimuna? As far as I know, scholars seldom could spend time doing anything but research. I doubt you could have time to assist your father in preparing festivities.
Yeah, seems you read me like a book. When I had the choice between becoming who I wanted to be and who my parents wanted me to be, I ended up choosing the latter. But I was never happy about it.
Huh. That's almost the exact opposite of Eula's situation.
You must have already realized that. Why else would you set up all the booths here and make this place like a fairgrounds?
Yes, but I'm still not as happy as I imagined I would be. I realized that attending a fair and running a fair are two completely different things. The main reason my childhood was so fun and carefree is because my family worked hard. But my father knew how difficult and tiring running a fair could be, so he wanted to push me towards academics. But in the end, I didn't do well in either. I gave up on myself and resorted to investigating ley lines in the desert. Some things happened, and then I accidentally ended up here. I finally had a chance to make my wish of running a fair come true. But after seeing everything come crashing down, I feel like I've lost the strength to go on.
It's not as bad as you make it out to be, Maimuna. No need to feel so down. You have the courage to change, and you've been actively guiding us on this journey. Someone who's given up on themselves could never do these things.
Oh, Kale.
I understand my situation better than anyone. You don't need to try to comfort me.
It's not that I'm trying to comfort you. It's just that people sometimes don't realize that their actions speak louder than words. Believe me, this is something that I learned from my time together with Eula.
Oh? What are you trying to say?
Oh, nothing. Now, let's get that crystal light fixed.
All right.
Так. Ага. Ага, туда я попаду только, наверное, через вот эту вот штуку. Ну-ка. Ага. Я не могу здесь пройти, потому что здесь... Блин, мне, знаете, что задачки напоминаются? Я проходила для окна, вот тоже проходила. Игра называется Контраст. Похоже. Так, нужно эту лампу сначала отвернуть. Упс.
If we're going to raise the crystal light, then we need to open the top of the tent.
Посмотрите на этого крокодила. Ну, смотрите, он лапами.
To wonder what was taking you so long. But don't worry, Lessig is recovering well. I'm pretty good at taking care of people. Seems I've found another good thing about myself.
I don't know if I should be worried for him or happy for her.
The shadow. It's massive. Wait. The shadow just now, it's...
Seems he still might need a little more time to recover. Tell me, did everything go well for you all?
Of course. With a team like the Traveler, Paimon, Kale, and Eula, they're at least 40 times more reliable than you ever were.
Only 40 times more reliable? That means I'm still pretty good then.
I guess it's impossible to feel like you've lost once you've already given up. I'm a little concerned about how comfortable you are with that.
Верный способ избежать поражения, сдаться заранее.
Huh? What has happened? How did I get outside of the tent? Ah, that's right. I remember meeting Eula, and then... my head.
Oh, you're awake now. Don't worry, that's just a side effect of your treatment, Lessig.
I'm afraid I still feel a little disoriented.
Даже боюсь поинтересоваться, что там за лечение.
Lessig Lawrence?
Oh, it's you, Eula. All right, I'll do it. I'll come back to Mondstadt with you and abandon my wild efforts to restore the Lawrence clan.
Interesting. Now you want to talk. Seems like you've had a change of heart. In that case, maybe you'll be able to explain everything in detail for us now.
I admit it, yes. I came here in hopes of finding a way to restore the Lawrence clan to its former glory. But it was a long journey, and I didn't always know the way. I passed through Liyue and Sumeru. There was even a time when I lost my wallet and had to live in the wild.
Ничего себе.
But the peculiar thing is, I realized that nobody knew me out there. And not a single person even cared about the Lawrence clan. You and I are like glass pawns that were raised in shackles. We were taught to act like nobles, but outside the walls of our home, the people of Mondstadt despised us. Such pompous, hateful, and stubborn teaching. It all culminated to making us cling to the old aristocratic dogma in an attempt to maintain our pride. It's like a never-ending game of tug-of-war, but it is meaningless. You understand. Or I should say, you have already long understood. But I'm afraid that I have only just realized this.
Paimon sorta understands what Lessig is saying.
Everything he said is true. Your family is probably unaware that you've already changed how you see things.
Yes, this has all happened recently. After coming to this domain, I realized the Mondstadt that I want is one where not everyone fears me. All that I and many other members of the Lawrence clan long for is a place where we can live peacefully with others.
Lessig, both you and I never had anything to do with the glory of the Lawrence clan. That is all in the past. We are just ordinary people.
I originally planned on returning to Mondstadt after taking care of things here. I never thought you would come here. I was completely shocked, which is why I reacted like I did.
See, people can always make different choices, and it seems that Lessig has also chosen to become someone he truly wants to be.
Yes, about that. I'm afraid I haven't quite found my own purpose in life yet.
That's all right. Being able to clearly choose between becoming who you want to be and who your parents wanted you to be is already a step in the right direction. How to find true happiness is probably one of the most difficult research topics of all.
I have a suggestion for you, Lessig. Why don't you return to Mondstadt and tell your parents what you just told us?
They'll probably try to tear me limb from limb. But what about you? Did you ever tell your family about what you think?
Кстати говоря, кто делает ежедневные отметки в Михаил? Отметки можно уже делать. Я просто заработала напоминалочка. Всем напоминаю, кому надо.
This is something that I've been thinking about too. Perhaps the two of us can sit down with the rest of the clan and discuss it with them. The Lawrence clan is just like this stage. It was once home to glorious performances, but those days are now long gone. And it is time for the stage to be updated.
She's so solid and tough, but also clear and open, like an ice cube. Is that why she's able to dance anytime and anywhere she wishes?
Are you all done talking now?
Yes, I think so. By the way, that is for you. Please take it. I found it on Lessig earlier.
Oh, it's one of the missing components! Wait, so you had it all this time? Why didn't you give it to me earlier?
Well, you didn't ask. All right, I admit it. I forgot about it.
Okay, we'll let the Traveler hold on to it for now.
Wait, this looks like... It looks pretty familiar. Have we seen one of these before?
Это коробка конфет.
also bought a similar box at the last festival.
Yes, people often use this kind of box for candy at festivals. This was one of the materials originally used to create the tent. But now that the tent has been repaired, we no longer need it. Eating the candy from the box as an adult will never be as delicious as it was when you were a kid. But if you really think about it, there are way more things you can eat as an adult.
Ah, so when it comes down to it, eating candy is sort of like life. It's just another choice.
So, as of now, we've already collected 3 of the missing components. Only 1 more to go. I'm sorry that repairing the tent took so much of everyone's time. You should all head back and have a rest. Ow!
Ой. Это та самая капелька, которую мы недавно спасли. Световая панель такая интересная, белый свет, осталось еще 2 белых лампы, поищем в других местах. Так, тут надо что-то сделать, чтобы открыть. В разных местах, но тут он стрелочка на сундучок, не на курочку.
I'll keep this close.
Так, что у меня там? О, Господи, это еще не закончилось. Семьдесят 3. Что вот здесь вот стрелочка куда-то? Забавно.
Is this an answer from this world?
Чтоб красивенько прыгнуть. О, бабочка. Ой.
I'll keep this close.
Блин, там наверху идти. Так, а куда нам надо идти-то? Фига тебя понесло.
Adventures to the forest went smoothly?
Yep, you could say that. How about you? Up to anything today?
Well, I suppose it's time I told you that as the divine priestess of Watatsumi Island, I shouldn't actually be here now. The truth is that a relic known as the Shinro casket was lost from Watatsumi Island long ago. But recently, an orb matching the relic's description suddenly began emitting light, almost as if it was guiding people to it. This is what led me to find the relic's whereabouts.
Значит, ты пришла сюда, чтобы ее найти?
I wasn't lying when I said that. Koro has often told me that sitting at home reading light novels is not the best of practices, and that I should try to get out more. As I made my way from Watatsumi Island to Sumeru, I enjoyed a variety of breathtaking sights. It really is a beautiful nation. I even stayed in the rainforest for several days. I was surprised to find that the relic had ended up in the desert. I knew it was somewhere here, but I still couldn't pinpoint the exact location. Though I feel that Idia was not intentionally trying to hide anything from us, this domain does have plenty of secrets. I'm sure you've sensed that too.
Это необычное место. Идия порой становится чем-то занята. И еще она знакома с Алисой.
Now that you mention it, a lot did happen today.
Рассказывайте уроками о случившемся в парке развлечений.
I see. When you found Lessig, did you also happen to find any clues related to this domain?
Кажется, нет.
I'm afraid that he was caught up in his thoughts and didn't pay attention to his surroundings. Actually, before the world was flipped upside down, this domain didn't look anything like this.
Hey everyone! Oh, I hope we're not interrupting your conversation.
It's alright. You two did a lot today. Care to join me for a cup of tea?
Sure! That would be perfect! Eula and I just made some snacks.
Как мне нравятся ее тапки. Я не могу, хочу такие тапки.
Turns out Idia has a cooking stove and oven. Seriously, why didn't she mention it earlier?
Oh, so did you make us some moon pies?
No, I made something called storm crust pie. You should try one, traveler.
And I made some pita pockets. You could try some, Kokomi. It should taste great with tea. Sorry, I should call you General.
Oh, I would be happy to try some.
By the way, Eula, how's your cousin doing now?
Oh, him. You would never guess, but he's busy over by the oven now.
Вот это цветовая гамма. Чё дают? Какая игрушка прикольная. Так, тут дают какие-то штучки, чтобы... Вот это вот товарища вытащить хотела. Во, нормально теперь. А то ты палишься, парень. А вот это тоже палится, да? Давай ты в бочку. Нет? Ты куда? А, ты просто... Вот молодец.
A reward on the road.
Так, о чем базарим?
This is the first time I've had tea that tastes like this. It seems Inazuman tea is a lot different from what we have in Sumeru.
Yes. It seems people in Sumeru like to put spices in their tea, right?
Yes, that's right. But I still can't get used to it. If I had to pick, I'd drink coffee, even though it gives me insomnia sometimes.
Фига колей. Уважаемо. Так, а чё, кто-нибудь еще тут есть поговорить? Что? Я только хотела спросить, какого хрена яблоко на ягодах растет.
As a descendant of the illustrious Lawrence clan, I learned many skills during my journey. For example, baking flatbread. Good. This should be just the right amount of heat.
I had no idea you knew how to bake. I thought you'd be the type who'd never get anywhere near the kitchen.
I've been meaning to ask you. Do you have time later? Could you teach me how to make those delectable snacks of yours?
Oh? But that might take some time. Besides, we're not here to get to know each other as family.
So again, you're worried about our ties within the Lawrence family. Fine. But you said yourself that we're just ordinary people. So why don't we learn from each other like regular cousins would? As a descendant of the good...
Так, окей.
I had no idea you knew how to bake. I thought...
I've been...
Oh?
So again, you're...
Так, ты чего тут лежишь? Что случилось? Если бы знала, что все так обернется, обратилась бы к кому-нибудь за помощью. Это всего лишь пробный заход, а пришлось проделать такой трудный путь. Что за мучение? Ты в порядке? Кажется, тебе едва хватает сил, чтобы говорить. Кажется, она совсем обессилила. Давай приготовим ей что-нибудь поесть. Мы приготовили редисовые шарики? Окей. Ха-ха, я жива! А ты неплохо готовишь. Жаль только, что продукты и приправы не очень. Вкус еды получился пресный. В такой ситуации нечего нос воротить. Набили живот, и то ладно. Нет-нет, чем тяжелее жизнь, тем больше мечтаешь о роскоши. Только так можно найти силы для борьбы. Чем хуже оборот капитала, тем больше нужно придумать способов, как взять в суду. Только так можно рассчитывать на прибыль и сорвать куш. Это секрет успеха в бизнесе, которым я, Нахида, королева фантастических игрушек, щедро делюсь с вами. Королева фантастических игрушек звучит величественно, но твой ободранный вид вызывает некоторые подозрения. Игрушки не удается пока хорошо изготовить. Как вы догадались? Ты едва не потеряла сознание от голода, в полубредном состоянии говорила сама с собой о каком-то пробном заходе, о том, что нужно найти людей, чтобы они были на побегушках. Да, с первого взгляда понятно, что ты не закончила свою фирменную игрушку. Даже на еду времени не оставалось. Не перебор ли это? Но ведь после твоих слов мне неспокойно. Моя ревущая лисичка находится уже на финальной стадии производства. Можно только посчитать диапазон режимов полета, и можно писать инструкцию, которая будет понятна даже плесеннику. Еще одно судо и откупится. Все. Диапазон режимов полета, инструкции. Не надо тут перед нами сыпать терминами. Лучше будет, если вы сами это увидите. Ахид достал из дорожного мешка синий сверток. Какая прикольная хреновина. Вы посмотрите на эту хрень. Так это твой туз в рукаве, совсем не похоже на кицуне. Уж лучше бы назвала игрушку так. Большухая бомба закатника, голубая звезда, эксклюзивное издание. И почему ревущая? Где вообще эмоции в этой игрушке? Нет-нет, звук, издающийся во время работы активного двигателя, напоминает хохот, похожий на громогласный рев. Если не верите, то сами послушайте. Низкочастотный звук, который издает устройство, с трудом поддается описанию, но с натяжкой все-таки может быть сравним с хохотом, похожим на громогласный рев. Это потрясающее состояние. И где она услышала здесь хохот? Память переживает за ее душевное состояние. В общем, ревущая лисичка поднимается за счет тяги тепловой аэростата и движется с помощью скрытого перепускного клапана, обладает неплохой маневренностью. Подумайте только, это же игрушка, которая может летать как живая. Я молчу про детей. Даже взрослые не смогут устоять перед ее очарованием. Трудно сказать, будет ли она хорошо продаваться. У Пайман дежавю. Дай Пайман угадает. Следующее предложение Махи будет: прошу, помогите мне закончить испытание игрушки, и обязательно вас отблагодарю. Но нам с путешественницей все еще надо обсудить. Мы, знаете ли, заняты, как бы в минус не уйти. Нет-нет, пару монет будет недостаточно. Дайте прикинуть. 60, нет, 70% прибыли договорного дохода от продаж ревущей вещички. Как вам? 70%? Не слишком ли много? Это похоже на разговор королев фантастических игрушек. Серийное производство очень гарант прибыли. В этом вся суть. Поскорее закончите тестирование, мы сможем запустить ревущую вещичку в производство и продажу раньше. А значит, так получится больше дивидендов. Давайте вместе постараемся, чтобы игрушка вышла самого лучшего качества, и все будем в выигрыше. Тоже верно. Чем больше Пайман об этом думает, тем логичнее это кажется. То есть мы тоже с тобой тоже теперь игрушки производим. Нас уже можно считать предпринимателями. Время не ждет. Я консультируюсь со многими искателями приключений ранее на острове, и их опыты организовала несколько испытательных полетов. Так, окей. Будущее ревущей лисички зависит от нас. Да, окей, хорошо. Жмыхаем, пошли посмотрим, что это такое. Ой. По механике напоминает, как было с Аруш. Чуть какашками не отделались. О, нет. О, нет. Так, ну хоть аттракционы появились. Так, нам капельки. А на что эти капельки уходят? А сверкающий красивый кристалл. Если долго на нее смотреть, словно заново ощущаешь радость от аттракционов. В Мираже много необычного. Что такого в том, что веселье сгустилось и приняло форму самоцвета. В событии Лето парк развлечений Мираж позволяет разблокировать ценные награды. Лайлу. Щебечущий шар, какая милая птичка. Так, я думаю, мы остальное оставим на завтра там или послезавтра, смотря когда у меня будет времечко еще поиграть. Потому что сейчас уже до хрена что-то поздно. 2 квеста мы прошли. Ой, у меня еще здесь 40 гемов можно забрать. Что там в чайнике? О, в чайнике трава выросла. Ой, блин. Опять он где-то в жопе мира, блин.
The one before. Ah.
Кристальные бабочки.
This realm is...
If you ever have it.
Так, все, сегодня здесь останавливаемся. Не знаю, будет время поиграть завтра, послезавтра, но я, конечно, постараюсь его найти, потому что закрывать это все байду надо. Чем больше наберется на линии, тем лучше. Ссылочка на весь плейлист Genshin Impact обязательно будет в описании. Подписывайтесь на канал, если вам интересно. Оставляйте комментарии. Всем спасибо большое, что смотрели. Всем хорошей ночи и пока-пока.